In our last video, we showed you how to remove the quarter glass in a 2013 Ford Focus. Now in this video, we'll show you how to remove the windshield in this 2013 Chevy Malibu. It's always a good idea to wear safety gloves and glasses when working with the Viper. We want to make sure that we take the wipers and cowl off to give us proper access to the bottom of the windshield. In our case, with using the Viper, it'll give us good access to make sure that we get the wire in the proper position. Also, when we go to install this windshield, to make sure that we get proper contact with the bead of urethane for a safe installation. I will now remove the rear view mirror. Some mirror mounts are more complex than others. On this vehicle, there is a wire assembly that needs to be separated at the harness that just needs a light tug toward the headliner to ensure it is out of our work area. I'll be pulling the wire in from the passenger side, and that's where we'll be starting the Viper and working in a clockwise direction. Push the wire starter through the urethane until the end is exposed just under the windshield. When the loop of wire is visible, pull back on the wire starter slightly. I've made a small bend in the end of the cutout wire. Pull the wire starter with the attached cutout wire all the way back into the vehicle. Then, feed the wire under the bottom of the molding of the windshield. Load your spool onto the Venom wire dispenser and place it onto the windshield. I will now insert the wire from the Venom under the molding. Run the wire all the way around the windshield until you are where the wire was inserted through the urethane. I'm just going to clean the inside of the windshield to make sure that the Viper sticks the best. So I'm going to insert the wire into the hole, the pulley of the Viper. Now, knowing that I'm going from the passenger side to the driver's side, I'm going to wind the wire on the Viper in a counterclockwise motion. I'm going to go around about 2 or 3 times, and then I can install it on the windshield. Slide my dash protector in, and we're ready to start cutting. When cutting, we want to be aware that this particular vehicle and most vehicles have setting pins from the factory up in each corner to allow the installer or robot to place the glass in the perfect spot during construction of the vehicle. There are 2 effective ways to cut behind these setting posts. One is to apply pressure to the wire where it is closest to the urethane and use the Viper to cut behind the setting pin where it is attached to the windshield. The method I have chosen is to use a blade to cut the bond between the setting pin and the windshield. Apply light pressure as you begin cutting. In most cases, the urethane is thickest in the corners where all of the body seams are formed together. Now that I've made the initial cut and got past the corners, I can speed up my ratcheting action as needed. I need to make sure that the dash protector is always in the correct position and that I apply light pressure on the wire against the glass. A key benefit to the Viper is that after each cutting action, when you ratchet to the next cut, there is no tension on the wire. Repositioning the Viper is very simple. After releasing the vacuum, simply keep a light grip as you pull and let the wire unwind to accommodate your new position. I'm now about to come up the A-pillar. What I've chosen to do is leave the moldings in place because they have a clip that keeps the molding in place when the airbag is deployed, and if trying to remove them can break. What I will do is use the headliner protector, slip it into place, and make sure that when I'm cutting, the wire is between the glass and the protector. I will now reposition the Viper to complete the cut up the pillar and start across the top. I am now using the blade method I showed you earlier to separate the setting pin from the glass. Now I can continue cutting across the top. Be sure to take special care not to get hung up on the wiring harness for the rear view mirror. It's at this point that I notice the wire is starting to feed from the Venom wire dispenser. This means that there is not enough tension being created to cut through the urethane. We will now switch the wire from the Venom to the mini anchor. First, pull enough wire from the Venom so that when you cut the wire, you have enough wire to reach into the vehicle. Insert the wire under the windshield through the already cut area. Now, attach the wire to the mini anchor, making sure that the tab is pointed towards the original entry point of the wire. I am now using the blade method I showed you earlier to separate the setting pin from the glass. When nearing the end of the removal, it is important to remember to reposition the anchor cup and the Viper so that the wire from the mini anchor is now under the wire from the Viper. Now that the windshield's out on this 2013 Chevy Malibu, you can see that there's no damage to the body. Also, an added benefit is that the urethane has been trimmed down to the proper height for reinstallation. We have been asked many times, can the Viper remove the slider in the infamous Dodge pickup truck? The answer is yes. Stay tuned to our next video when we show you how.